Hey, this is Rusty Burton.
And Paul Martin, and you're listening to In the Huddle. Hut.
All right. Welcome back to the 2017 season of In the Huddle. This is the kickoff, so to speak, of our 2017 season. We're going to talk about some spring football. But first, we're going to talk a little more broad than football. There's a lot of good, exciting things going on from Gordonsville baseball right now, all the way up to the professional hockey leagues, Paul. Right here in the mid-state, the Nashville Predators, son, on a roll. They took the Chicago Blackhawks and just, whipped them. And no, I don't even know if they even got a point. They get a point. I think the Blackhawks got a point or two. I don't think they won a game. They swept them.
Sweet.
All
Yeah.
right. And then what was the last series? 4-2.
We beat Anaheim Ducks 4-2.
4-2. And even that one game, it should have been, in my opinion, 4-1, because if you look at what happened on the other game, Subban, I don't know if you watched any of this. Subban, which is a player for the Predators, the guy hit the puck and it bounced off him into the net in overtime for them to get the win. So and essentially we scored an overtime point in the wrong net. What do you know about hockey? Have you ever played hockey?
No.
Can you roller skate?
No.
Can you ice skate?
No.
Well,
because I'm a 350 pounder, and I tell
well,
you
I
what.
mean,
And I tell you what, when I used to try to go to the skating ring, it was demolition derby out there. I couldn't stand up on them to save my life, so hockey wouldn't be my sport.
Hockey's not your sport. It ain't mine either. I didn't know a whole lot about hockey. I always watched. I was a Sports Center buff, so when they would show the hockey scores and all this, I'd like to see the Predators win, but I never really sat down and watched them on TV. I've never been to a Predators game.
Me neither.
I've got a Predators T-shirt. Got me a nice little hat. Looks pretty good. But I've just never really gotten into hockey, although I keep up with it, if that makes sense.
Right.
But I keep up with all kind of sports. If you get a chance, look up Florentine football on YouTube. You'll really enjoy it. But anyway, that's beside the point. The Predators, Paul. Trivia time.
All right.
The Nashville Predators have the opportunity, starting next week,
right,
to bring really, essentially, a major championship to the mid-state, to the state of Tennessee.
Right.
Is this going to be the first time that a major championship in hockey has been won in Nashville, Tennessee?
No, it is not, because we had a team back in the day
that
brought back-to-back championships home to us.
That's right, and a lot of people don't know that. Back in, I think it was in the 60s.
What were they called? Like maybe the Flyers?
The Dixie Flyers, And this is not part of the NHL. I guess it was, the NHL wasn't formed until later on or whatever. It's like the Eastern Hockey League or something.
Right.
And, we actually won back-to-back championships. And there was a team, 9 seasons, I believe it said they were, in Nashville. And they won back-to-back championships from 66 to 68.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not know that. That's Preds fans. Hockey's a big part. It's been a part of Nashville for a long time. And, they went away, and then another team came in the early 80s. I think they disappeared for about 10 years. Another team come in. And I think it was the Nashville Stars or Southern Stars.
Yeah.
Nashville South Stars or something. And they played here a couple seasons. And then they moved on. Where'd you say they wound up? Virginia?
They went to Virginia.
We read all about this earlier because I was kind of curious. So
they moved to Virginia.
They wound up in Virginia. And then in 89 or 91.
That's when the Predators came?
No, that's when the Nashville Knights came.
Nashville Knights.
The Nashville Knights came back, or came here to begin with. And, I remember as a kid, I went to Municipal Auditorium to watch a couple of these games. I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I just remember it.
Right.
And I had a couple old T-shirts when I was a kid from the Nashville Knights. And, nobody really got into it. And then, of course, a few years down the road, the Knights are gone and the Predators are coming in. and they got a major sports venue, built a nice new place. Now, you ever been down there to that part of downtown and seen that? It's amazing, Paul. It really is. I'm gonna load you up in the car one night. We're just gonna go downtown, ride through a couple
We don't
times.
even have to go in. We're just gonna look at all the buildings.
Well,
and stuff.
we'll just park and walk up and down Second Avenue and up Broadway, and
check out the buildings.
We'll check out the sights and just somebody hit a bar or two, get soused.
You ought not say that on air.
I'm just saying, Paul. We'll go check out downtown Nashville if you've never seen it up close and personal.
Right.
It's a sight to see, and any big city really is. But the Predators, they always pull a car out front and they beat it with sledgehammers and stuff. And I do know all that about the hockey and stuff. They've done that the last couple of weeks. Seen it on the news, and it's always when you start getting into playoff talk, whether it be from field hockey to ice hockey to checkers, when you start talking championships, my ears perk up, because everybody wants to be the champion, and to bring a championship right here to Middle Tennessee, that means a lot to me. As I just I'm a resident here in Tennessee, a lifelong resident.
Me too.
And you gotta be proud of something like that.
Yeah, anytime we can bring a championship to Tennessee, it don't matter if it's a Stanley Cup or a state championship to the football team or
I agree.
Or a NFL championship or even if we had a professional chess champion. I don't care. I just want to see our team our teams and our people do well.
That's right, I do too. But the old Preds, they've really they've come a long way since they've been in Nashville, and we got a couple players out, and next week, who do you foresee us playing?
I'm gonna say we're probably playing the Pittsburgh Penguins because they absolutely destroyed Ottawa the other night like 7-0. So
Yeah.
so the Penguins. So I'm picking us to play the Penguins and for y'all that might not have watched the news, they're already picking Nashville as the favorite to win the Stanley Cup. So we'll see how that turns out. We're favored.
We've actually got two good players that are out. One of them with a major injury, and I don't think his recovery time's 3 or 4 months, so he's not going to be back this season. But hey, they've been playing good without him the last couple of days. The last couple games I watched, they played. They
are definitely a gritty bunch. They're going to compete. They're going to go out there and they're going to give you all they got. But from what I've seen though, they got to stay out of the penalty box because in some games they're giving up too many. What is that thing when you're a man down? What do they call it? Power plays. They're giving up too many power plays because knocking the pucks, knocking the sticks out of the opponent's hand, and getting overly aggressive and just we can't give these teams the power play or we're gonna get in trouble.
Hey, when it's 5-on-4 or anything, it's a little tougher, My dad always taught me.
Tell me something because I don't know. When you're on the power play, do you get to decide what? Oh no, you don't get to decide. The man that commits the offense is the one goes in the box.
That's right. He goes to the penalty box. It's like being part of a bad stand. You know what I'm saying? My dad always taught me a good run's better than a bad stand any day. It's healthier, And when you get caught up in that power play, it's 5-on-4. You're in what they call a bad stand if you're on the 4.
But we're not saying that you can't defend 4-on-5.
Hey, last night I think it was last night. The Ducks played phenomenal it was a power play. I don't think we even sniffed the net, and we should have been attacking it, and that's how you win hockey. You attack the net, and just from what I get, I'm no hockey guru, but I'm just saying if I'm a hockey coach and it's 5-on-4, I'm attacking the whole time. But they did a great job of defending that. We eventually come back and won, and they pulled the goalie, and we got a couple scores there quick.
I tell you what, it'd be neat like in football, if somebody commits a personal foul, send him to the bench and put the power play on.
Maybe
11-on-10.
Maybe that's what happened last year when at Wayne County. We had a player get ejected, and it kind of.
That was kind of like the power play.
It was like the power play. Well, a lot of times you get a kid in there, and maybe he's not as experienced at playing a position, and you attack it. If I'm the opposing coach, and they got a kid that comes out, whether he goes out due to injury or whatever,
then you're going to go after the new guy first play.
I'm attacking that position, and that's just good coaching strategy. And they did. They at Wayne County attacked us right there on the left side where Jay had just vacated that corner, and. Hey, they went down the field and scored on us, and it took us a minute to regroup after that. And ultimately, I think that was our demise. It just and that's what these younger kids may not understand is you always got to be prepared that if you're a second string, when the guy in
If your
front of you
player gets
falls,
hurt, gets ejected, or whatever the case may be, you got to be ready to get in there and take the plays.
First off, you have to know what you're doing. That's why it's important to pay attention in practice. And if
Yes.
I could stress to younger kids, is pay attention in practice.
Because you need to
never
know. You
That's
need to
right.
know because there could be a spot where you have to get in there.
And again, just say our cornerback goes out and we got our second string in there and he's never played down high school football. Guess where they're coming the next play?
They're coming after
They're
you,
coming
kid.
at you, kid. Be ready.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. So always be prepared. But anyway,
but we'll get into some more of that later. But
we're gonna talk football here in a few minutes.
So we've discussed the hockey team. Now let's talk some Gordonsville baseball.
Hey, that's another big exciting thing going on right now is spring fling down in Murfreesboro. They're running track and field, playing tennis, all kind of stuff. And the most exciting part about that for us is we actually have a baseball team competing down there. And some of you people around town may not even know Gordonsville has a baseball team. We've got a baseball team. We've got a dang good baseball team. And we've had a dang good baseball team the last couple of years. So if you're not following these guys and supporting them, hey, get out there and support these kids.
They're playing tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.?
It's loser leave town from here on out. Tonight they had a game against Huntington, which is the team we played in the championship in 2012. I guess they owed us one. And they got us back tonight. Beat us 4-0 in 7 innings. It was a good, hard-fought game. I was listening on the radio, and I know we made 3, maybe 4 errors that turned the tide of battle.
Did we get any hits in the game?
Yeah, we actually had chances to score. We had runners on second and third at one point.
With how many outs?
I don't even remember. Maybe 1 out, 2 outs. I don't know. But we had opportunities. We had the same number of opportunities as they did. That's all you can say.
And errors and not hitting the ball in key situations.
The errors
got us.
The errors really cost us because I think every run we gave up was off of errors. If it weren't for that, we're sitting at a 0-0 going into maybe some extra innings, and then pitching becomes an issue.
Right.
Which today I think Hunter Davis pitched, and he's a great pitcher. And I think tomorrow we have another game, or be 10:30 a.m.
Okay, 10:30.
Be 10:30 a.m. We actually be today, the
24. On 104.1, right?
It should be on 104.1, and that's what I listened to it today on. And you can go online and listen to that. You can listen on your iPhone if you're at work. Just pay attention because Gordonsville's got a baseball team.
And we're playing Greenback today.
Tomorrow we play Greenback, or today.
Today.
We're going to play Greenback, and it's loser leave town. As far as I know, I'm not sure Greenback's played a game yet. I was looking up the brackets earlier, and let's see here. Loretta beat Greenback earlier 4-0, and Loretta has a great baseball team. They're one of the top teams in the state in single A.
So we ought, and Greenback's got a record of 27-7.
Yeah, and we're 20-12.
So I mean, if you go by record, they might be a slight favorite, but we think we can take them.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that maybe today.
And it's 10 o'clock a.m. start time according to the stats.
Yeah, it's gonna. Let's see which.
10 a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m. is what it says. So, and that game will be played at Riverdale. And like I said, it's loser leave town.
And if we win that match, then what's that saying? We're gonna play the loser. We're gonna get the loser of Loretto and Huntington.
The loser of game 8. All right, and that's gonna be Loretta and Huntington.
So we could legitimately get Huntington again.
We could, but I'm gonna go ahead and just go out on a limb here and predict that Loretta, they have a kid that's actually a really fine pitcher, and I'm assuming that today, the way it works most of the time, double elimination tournament, is you save your ace for when you need him. You know what I'm saying? Of course,
And who is our ace?
Well, we actually have a couple kids that we consider ace. They pitch about the same. I think one kid is Bobby Parliament, excellent pitcher, and Hunter Mann, another excellent pitcher.
And one of them we figure will be pitching today.
That's right. And just from what I hear, like I said, I haven't been to many baseball games. I've listened to them on the radio a lot lately. I listened to them lately, and then just gathering a little intel here and there. And I've seen them since they were little kids playing baseball. I've watched a lot of them. The Hunter Mann kid has nerves of steel. I just don't think he's got it in him to feel pressure. And I heard that from a couple guys. That kid just don't feel pressure. It don't matter if it's a full count with 2 outs and you need to, and it's time to go. He's not going to feel that pressure because he don't know any better. The Parliament kid, he's a great pitcher, great hitter. He's an all-around baseball player. The older Parliament kid, the younger Parliament kid is also an excellent ball player. I mean,
who's our big batter? Who's our batter Parliament that we can expect to do great things
well, we've
for
got,
us in the batting average?
We got Mitchell Kirby. He's gonna hit the ball.
What about speed? Kirby's fast.
He plays center field. I mean, that's where he needs to be. He's a specimen as a baseball player.
What position's Goolsby playing? Because he's out there too.
Goolsby pitches some, and he plays. I think he plays a lot of second base.
What about Adam Brinkley?
Adam's one of the younger guys. And he does get to play.
He gets to play occasionally, don't he?
Yeah, they all play.
Who's the right fielder?
I'm just gonna be honest with you. As a baseball player, when I played baseball back in the mid to late '90s, we didn't have the depth that these kids have now. They got kids that can step in and play.
Who's right fielder?
Nathaniel Hall plays in right field. Luke Blackburn, I believe, is our left fielder. Of course, center fielder is Mitchell.
Well, what about the bases, first, second, third?
Those rotate a lot depending on who's pitching, if that makes sense to you.
So if you see Hunter Mann pitching tomorrow,
first base today, and one of our errors was from the Parliament kid. Of course, he's one of our better kids. Now, when I say that, the ball was hit to third base, which is Leith McKinney, a great third baseman. Something just happened. That's a long throw over there to first.
So
I wouldn't watch. I don't know whether the ball hit.
So more likely, when he threw the ball to first, it might have been a wild throw, and Parliament couldn't reach it.
I think he could get to it because they actually thought he was out to begin with, and I think it was just one of them things that happened. Maybe a bobbled ball or just mishandled it. Sometimes you'll get a bounce from third base. It'll bounce into the glove. Right. You got to be able to stretch out there and get that. And sometimes the third to first exchange is the hardest one in baseball, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And, that was just one opportunity where we let him run our own base and, they actually scored a run after that. So it kind of cost us. But just those little errors, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes playing baseball is going to win the game most of the time.
So you said, who'd you say played third?
Leith McKinney.
Leith McKinney, and then Parliament plays first quite a bit.
Parliament plays first, and
second base. Did you say Goolsby?
I think Goolsby was the second.
And the shortstops
was Parliament, the younger Parliament kid, Joey.
Joey's the shortstop guy.
Yeah, he's a younger kid. He's a ball player.
All right, who's our catcher?
The catcher is Justin Baton.
Oh, the younger, is that the brother of Jay or no?
No, I think they're cousins.
So the cousin of Jay. Is Jay playing baseball too?
No, Jay don't play baseball, I don't think. But Justin's playing catcher, and from what I understand, he's a great catcher back there behind him. He knows how to manage the game, because that's who's going to manage it. Tomorrow, you're probably going to see that mixed up a little bit. You're not
going to see the same in the game tomorrow.
No, he'll probably be the catcher. I'm talking about from pitcher. You got to have a new pitcher.
So the bases will probably change.
My guess right now is Parliament or Hunter Mann. Like I said, I think personally I'm starting Parliament.
So if Parliament gets the start, then that means somebody else has to move to first, and who would that more likely be?
I think Goolsby can play first. I think he plays a lot of first base.
Well, where will Hunter Mann still be in the lineup if he's not
I really
pitching?
don't know. I don't know. I really don't.
So in baseball, you could see they'll do something. They'll do something that they don't do in like professionals. They'll put their pitchers in different positions and let them play in the field.
You have to. I mean, they're good. Well, like I said, we got some kids on the bench that I know
can step in and
like
do something for
about
us?
Adam Brinkley.
Does he play well?
He's a good ball player. You got, I know Brady Hunt. Brady's as good a ball player as you're going to see, and that to have that kind of depth, you got to find that kid somewhere on the field to play, because he can play.
Well,
some
let me
baseball.
ask you this: does the whole team get to play in the games? Is it a rule
No.
like that, or no?
There's no rule in that. It's just
so they don't unload the bench and let the whole team play some.
No, most of the time it's going to come down to who's been hitting the ball well and who's been playing the field well. So
at some time or another, all these kids at some time or another have came into a game and showed the coaches what they can do.
Oh yeah.
So they know what their lineup can do, who the better hitters are, and all this.
There's no doubt. Like I said, little Brady Hunt, I know he's as good a ball player as you're going to find around here. I think Nathaniel Hall was playing right field today.
Well, the thing
he's
about
a great ball player.
The thing about
he made a couple errors today. That stuff happens. You're in the state tournament.
Back when I played baseball, the thing about me was I couldn't hit the ball worth a darn. But if I ever got on base, I could run like the wind. So the coach actually put me in the game a few times just to pinch run.
Just as a runner.
Yeah, and you can do something like that too, can't you?
That's right.
Put a guy in for defense and just to run.
Speed demon. That's what you were with speed demon.
Right, and the coach didn't even expect me to get a hit. He said, "Get up there and draw your walk."
You brought a whole other topic up, Paul. I just want to go back to this. When you were younger, who did you play for? What was the teams you played for?
Shoulders Motors Company and
minor league,
and the A's.
Minor league or little league?
Well, I never did play little league, but I played minor league for Shoulders Motors Company, and then I played Babe Ruth for the A's.
Babe Ruth for the A's. So who were some of your coaches?
Seemed me like Too Tall Hicks, Marty Too Tall Hicks, and that one Hackett guy, the older Hackett guy. I forget what Jimmy Hackett maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Jimmy Hackett and Marty Too Tall Hicks is about the only two I remember.
Marty Too Tall Hicks. I don't know. I don't reckon I know those guys,
but that's the only two I remember.
They have to be wise men to pick you to go on their team, Paul. That's all I gotta say.
Right, but they told me
they got you just for your speed more than likely because your hitting skills were.
Well, in minor league, I led the team in hits, but when I got up to the big leagues, though, Babe Ruth, I got one career hit.
Well, tell us all about this hit, Paul, because I can tell you're just excited about it. Well, I wish they could see your face right.
The coach, he told me, he said, Paul, I've got this great idea. He said, you're gonna be the lead off batter this inning. And he said, you've never got a hit in your career. So he said, I've got a plan for you. He said, we're facing this. He said, this is the big game. This is for the championship. He said, and the score is 0-0. So I need you to get on base for me, Paul. And he said, here's what we're gonna do. He said, I'm gonna draw this up, and I want you to get up to the plate, and I want you to fake like you're fixing to swing the bat. And then when you see the pitch come, I want you to get in bunt formation and drop the bunt down and run like the wind.
There you go. And
so the guy pitching, I put my bat up on my shoulder and fake like I'm fixing to knock the piss out of it. And then the pitch comes in, and I go into bunt formation and drop it down the third base line.
Perfect.
And I'm just already on first base, and I run about 10 yards past the bag.
Well, that's how you do it.
But anyhow, I got a hit, and they knocked me in, and we scored the first run, and we wound up winning well, actually, to tell you the truth, they wound up driving me in because I was faster than lightning. Coach had a plan. He said when they turn their back on you, I want you to steal second.
Oh, they had you running the bags, huh?
Yeah, and he said when they turn their back, I don't care if you get thrown out or not. As soon as he turns his back and you see the wind, I want you to take off.
You're gone, huh?
And so the pitcher goes into the wind facing the batter, and he turns loose of the ball, and I'm sprinting to second like a bullet.
The bullet, Paul Martin. So you were safe, right? You got batted.
Right. I got to second. And then our best batter comes up the plate.
Who was that?
I think his name was.
You don't even remember.
James something. We'll call him James because I think his name was James something.
But you don't remember his last name.
No, I'm getting old and forgetful of names.
Right,
but his name was James something.
I can just see your face lighting up.
But anyway, he's a home run hitter. He's got 3 career home runs for the season. So I'm excited because the coach says lead off second a little bit, and James is coming up to bat, and I got faith he's fixing to knock you in. So I'm leading off and excited because I'm feeling like I'm fixing to take off the score. And they pitched the ball. James hits it up the middle, and I'm like a streak coming home. And they throw the ball. They throw the ball into the plate, and I slide down underneath it, and he tags me about 2 seconds late, so I'm safe.
Yeah. So was this the championship game? I mean,
right.
And it was championship.
So we're up at that point 1-0. Well, the other team comes back and ties the score 1-1. So the game is getting intense. And well, in the final inning, we bat.
You're done out of breath telling this story.
We bat, and we take the lead 2-1. All right. So the coach, he ain't got no choice. He's got to put me in right field because that's the rule. Because I've been playing, so he got to put me in right field. And there's 1 out, and I'm realizing that if this ball's hit to me, the game is on the dang line. I've got to go make a play, and I've not caught a ball all season.
A lot of pressure on you.
I've not caught a ball all season, but we had an undefeated season though. We had an undefeated season, and everybody said, "Now don't screw this up, Paul. If they hit you the ball, I know you ain't got a catch, but we want our undefeated season."
That's right. There you go. So they didn't hit you the ball.
So anyway, they hit the ball, and the ball is I'm over here in right field. And they hit the ball, and they hit the ball over in right center. So, and I'm the only guy that can make a play. And here I am trotting to right center, hard as I can, tracking the ball, and I make the catch. And then the guy that was on second tries to pull a double tag and run home. So I fire that ball into hard as I can into third base, and the guy's trying to trot home, and our third baseman runs down the line and knocks this guy down, and we pull a double play and win the ball game 2-1.
That's amazing. High five on that story, buddy. I can just see your excitement talking about the championships all across the board.
But that's what I want to see tomorrow. I want to see you guys come out there and play with some excitement, and go make the play. This is championship time.
That's right. Baseball's supposed to be fun. You know what I mean? Keep it fun.
Go have fun, and play with some Paul Martin spirit.
The thing is, you got to play mistake-free. Just play mistake-free, especially on defense. Don't make any mistakes.
If you've got a chance to catch a ball, go catch the ball.
That's right. Go get it. Well, Paul, we've talked Predators, and we've talked a little bit of baseball. We've learned a little bit about the tradition of hockey in Nashville.
Right.
We're going to root them Tigers on tomorrow at 10 o'clock against the Greenback.
Absolutely.
They'll be playing at Riverdale.
Absolutely.
You're going to be listening on the radio, right? Of course you are.
Yeah, I am.
Now I'm going to wake you up, make sure you're listening. I've actually got to go to a graduation tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then after that, I'm going to try to be rushing the.
So how long do those games generally last?
Usually 2-3 hours. I mean, they last a few hours.
But
just at least 2.5.
But just turn your radio on and listen to it while you do other things.
There you go. Get your Sony Walkman out and just go do whatever. Do your mom's dishes for her.
Right.
And
here I'm saying, and it's we got some home run hitters.
Yeah, we do. Well, we got some hitters in general. We got some ball players on our team.
So
we
might have the home run involved.
If we didn't have kids playing ball, the type of ball you can play to get to the level they're at, to be able to go to the spring fling is something else. It's
so
a feat itself.
We got some
just
guys
there,
that can hit homers, some guys
no
that can hit triples, doubles. They can do it all.
That's right. No matter what, I'm proud of Tiger baseball. They've come a long way.
Right.
I like to see them.
What's the top bracket of that look like? Go up top.
Well, the top bracket. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and go on up right now. The top bracket.
So we up there. We got Good Pasture in Summertown, and we got what is that? LG 7.
That's the loser of Game 7. That'll be this one.
All right, and then we got North. Is that a game going on too? North Green and Peabody.
Peabody and North Green. I don't know if they've played yet. They have, but I'm not sure the results of that.
Okay, Peabody and North Green, and then of course Greenback and Loretto, or no, Huntington and Loretto.
They'll play at 12:30 after we play tomorrow.
And then of course Greenback and us.
And then we'll get whoever wins here between us and Greenback will get the loser. So it's loser leave town. For us anyway.
And the championship game is played when over there? Is that May 25th?
I think so. Game 15, if necessary, will be on the 26th.
26th.
That means if it's necessary. But what that means is it's a double elimination tournament. So it's kind of like a pool tournament, Paul. If you go, you win the winner's side, and if you win, it's over with. If you beat the other guy, he's got 2 losses, and you've only got 1. So there could possibly be a game, an extended game, a game 15, before you crown the champion. But anyway, I think Smith County, a couple years ago, they went to the Spring Fling. Did they not in baseball? I think I remember that. Sure.
So what's Greenback's record?
And it's a feat.
Go up there and let's see what Greenback's record they're working with is.
Let's see.
Or no, Good Pasture.
Good Pasture's 32-5. And they've actually got one. They've beat us 4 of those times.
32-5.
I think 4 of those have belonged to us.
And then Peabody is Summertown's 23-12, so that shouldn't be much of a match.
Summertown, they've always got a good ball team. A lot of them teams.
But a 12-loss team, though, you wouldn't expect them to beat a 5-loss team, would you?
It's all about strength of schedule too sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna cheer them boys on tomorrow. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in just a little while, and we're gonna talk some Gordonsville football.
All right.
That's what everybody's waiting on. How did spring practice go, and how did we look against Cascade?
All right, but we're gonna take a little break, and Rusty and I are going to use the bathroom and do our thing.
We'll be right back. Don't pee on your hands.
Hey, you reached in the huddle. Can I help you?
Hey, man, Reno Bun here, man. I just calling in, man, been listening, long-time listener to your show, man. Love it. Glad you back, man. Been waiting on it all season, man. You talking about your Predators, man. Gotta tell you about my first trip, man. When you brought up some old school hockey, man, with the Flyers, man, the Dixie Flyers, man, had the Rebel flag shirt. Used to go down there all the time, and I'd watch the Dixie Flyers, man. But I tell you what, kicked me out of that place one night. I got there a little early to the game, man. Decided, hey, got my pocket fishing pole. Might as well cut me a hole in the ice and do some ice fishing, man. And that little Samboni or Sam Jabroni, whatever that thing is, come by and he bumped me, and put me right in the ice hole, man. Kicked me right in the ice hole. But anyway, man, got kicked out of the game that night. Took them a little while to repair the damage because that ice is pretty thick, man. Take a long time. I think they went and got some out of the freezer or whatever and put back in that hole and just kind of patched it up a little bit. And then had the jabroni grow back over it. But anyway, man, they was a good team, good hockey team. I'm glad to see the Predators back, man. I got so big, all these fans, I'm amazed at how many new Predators fans is out there, man. I tell you what, me and my grandpa's, we was riding around the other day, and my grandpa was a preacher up here at the Northcrest Baptist, and the first Free Will Baptist or whatever Baptist he goes to, I ain't sure, but he's Baptist, and real nice people, and even him, he gets fired up over hockey games, man. I tell you what we's doing. I got this habit lately of when I drive down the road and I see the other team's jersey, like any other team. Like the other day, I seen a guy. He was in the your Ducks uniform, in the Ducks jersey, and I just swerve at them and honk real big, and then when they look back, I dodge them. Don't try to hit them, but just scare them to death. Well, I got my grandpa, the preacher, in there with me. We driving down the road, and it was just instinct, man. Didn't realize I had anybody with me, and I saw the Ducks jersey, and I swerve over at him, right? And I honk my horn real big, and that guy turns around and looks, and when he does, I just swerve away from him, and I heard a big thud. I thought, oh my God, I've killed a Ducks fan. Gonna be in prison for a while, But what had happened was, I said, Grandpa, I said, I did not mean to do it, didn't mean to hit that guy. And he said, uh, son, I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't hit that guy. You missed him 4 foot, and I had to get him with a door, you know. So Grandpa had to take over, you know, and take care of it. Uh, but hey, man, the Predators they're gonna be the champs, man. Got that good feeling, man. Uh, I just got a good feeling that they're gonna be your champs and bring the cup back. I think the Walker Cup, man's what it was called back when the Dixie Flyers won it and all. So anyway, man, they're gonna bring the cup back to the Walker Cup back to Nashville. Uh, hey, tell you what, I was going on there earlier to find out who he's gonna play the other night. You know, play again in ye buddy there. Who'd you say was gonna play there?
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh Penguins. You know, and I went to see after he got that in, I was gonna type it up and see if the Pittsburgh Penguins had a website. And I was going to check out their roster and go over their stats and stuff like that, just see what we's up against. And it kept telling me that they didn't have a website. Man, I know it ain't true because everybody got a website nowadays. And then it finally hit me why they don't have one, because they can't string three W's together. And you got to have three W's to go to any website. You got to have www. And that's why they ain't got that, because they can't string three W's together. But, hey, I'm going to let you boys get back to talking some football. I'm just dying to hear you talk about Gordonsville football in that game, and didn't get to make it to it. Had to bury my dog that day. But, hey, I'm looking forward to hearing it, boys. Y'all keep up a good work.
Welcome back to In the Huddle with
Hut.
With myself, Paul Martin, and my cohort over here, Rusty Burton.
That's right. Welcome back. Reno's had us cracking up for the last 5 minutes, and man, that guy, I don't know where he comes up with all this stuff. But anyway, we're about to get down to the main event here and talk about some spring practice from Gordonsville football, how we look, some kids in some different positions, and I hope you enjoy it. Paul, I took you to practice a couple days, and you were bored out of your mind. You're thinking, Lord, I don't like watching practice,
Well, I mean, it's that time of year where the sun's out and it's bright, it's sunny, and it's really hot, and the fact that I'm a diabetic makes it hard for me to sit in the sun anyway.
Yeah.
But I have to say though, I had a good time. Got to watch some Gordonsville football against Cascade, and I tell you what I seen.
Was you impressed? I mean,
well, offensively we looked like a well-oiled machine, but as far as the defense, we had a few series where we shut them down, but as far as clogging up the middle and letting teams stay outside, we got work to do, like you say. So, but we've got a defensive mind coach that's top notch, and I believe I'm going to go out on a limb right now and predict that before the season comes, we will be a well-oiled machine.
I think we'll have a defense in line and in order, and I believe that, because I think we got a defensive-minded head coach.
Talk about the mental game of football, because it can be very mentally challenging going into a new season. And Rusty, what do we need to do to get mentally ready for 2017 season? What do we need to do?
I think you just hit the nail on the head, Paul. Our offense is coming back. Right? A lot of them kids they've seen that position before. They've been there. Our defense, we're pretty much going to have 10 out of 11 new kids out there on defense. Now, with the exception of a few kids that got a lot of playing time last year. They went in and got some playing time. Good athletes. They're not going to be near as it's not going to be as burdensome on them. We got a couple that went in. I think the Stallings kid played quite a bit of defense last year, and probably the most versatile player on the team. He can play any position from quarterback to guard. I think he can play it all.
And Braxton is going to be playing two sides for us this year. He's going to play some linebacker for us.
So far, yes. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. We have another linebacker that we didn't get to see in the fall, and that is the Thompson kid, because he plays baseball. We didn't get to see any of the baseball kids. And I know there's a lot of them, and I'm probably gonna miss them. But Adam Brinkley, plays baseball, so we didn't get to see him in the spring to see how he's coming along.
Didn't you see Goolsby?
Goolsby, the
quarterback.
He's our quarterback. You know, I guess as far as I know, every position is open during the fall, and Stallings made some key passes.
I think now they can go where they want because I'm not the coach, but I think that Stallings is the guy, honestly, because the guy can run the offense pretty well. He can throw the ball real well, and he can run the ball, and he's pretty versatile. So I think I would go with Stallings, but it's not my choice to make.
Here's my opinion on that. Here's the way I see that. Goolsby has got the stature of a quarterback. He's a tall kid. He can see over the line well. We're not going to be under center much. We're going to be a 75% running team regardless. Goolsby can throw the ball, so can Stallings.
But Stallings gives you kind of a tad running element with your quarterback, though.
Yeah, but I honestly this year I don't see that we're going to need that. You know, I think we're on the right track. But Stallings, I would not be afraid to put him in the backfield at quarterback play at all, not whatsoever. I don't think it would make.
And I think you may see him in the backfield running the ball for us a little bit here and there.
You know, I think you will too. I think you're going to see another young kid.
And from what I have seen in spring, I think Stallings gotten faster over the summer because
I think they all have naturally.
I think we've gotten some faster kids, and I think they've been putting in the work over the summer and running some hills. And, and they're getting faster as a team.
Let me get back to my point on Stallings. I never got to my point. I think putting Stallings at quarterback could be wasteful because he's such a versatile kid. He can play the slot. He can catch the football receiver. If you needed a tight end, he could play it. You know, he could play the fullback. He can play the halfback. He can play anywhere on that offense. And I think putting him at quarterback and leaving him at that position really limits him as a football player because his specialty is being able to play anywhere. And I think you put your team behind the 8 ball a little bit when you have another kid that can play quarterback as opposed and use him as a weapon in other aspects of your offense. I think he's going to have to be that kind of what I call the third dimension. And when I say dimension, I think our first dimension, of course, is going to be the running game. Now, what we've seen in the spring, we saw a little bit of a change. We actually ditched a receiver, run more of a fullback with Corthell, and I think it worked out good for us. The first 2 plays of that scrimmage, we were in the end zone in 2 plays. And didn't have any trouble moving the football.
And Corthell is another dimension. Plays the fullback well. He can get in there and carry the ball a few times and get you 6 or 8 yards. So we got that part of our offense too.
I don't think the running game is going to be a problem. The passing game, Bill Washer's proven to me over the years he can catch football.
But do we have any secondary receivers, like 2 or 3 receivers that can step in and make a play?
I think we do. I think Stallings, you throw him at receiver, I think he's going to catch the football. We have McKinley. McKinley, I don't think he's grown an inch since 8th grade.
And then we got Halliburton, which is number 31, I think. And he's eligible to play this year. I think he might have recruited over from somewhere else or something. Tell us the story about Halliburton.
I don't know about it. I don't think the one Halliburton. I think he's gone.
But I think we got a Halliburton kid that is pretty quick.
He's a kid. He was our kicker last year. He's still kicking the ball. And what was he the other day? 3 or 4 for 4. 4 for 4, I think.
Well, I think that if he's number 31, like I think he is, he also caught a pass or 2 and got some yardage.
Yeah.
So he could step in and make a play or 2 for us.
We got some kids that can play football. Putting them in the position they need to be in, and we got kids that can play multiple.
Well, we even see Chris Ray maybe come in a little bit at receiver.
I think he can catch a football. He can catch the football well, and I think he's going to be more of a cornerback. He's got a lot of fight and grit in him, and personally, I think he has a defensive mindset. You got kids that have an offensive mindset and a defensive mindset.
So we've got 2 or 3 guys that can catch a football for us.
Yes, we do. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
So offensively,
the thing is, we got to have. We're last year. Look this up. We had 25% of our offense came from passing. All right.
Right.
The other, which we got a lot of. I'm talking about passing plays, not of our offensive yards. We got a lot of yards because Jay Vaden was so good after the catch that he accumulated a lot of yards. Bill Washer's going to step up and fill that role, and I think he's the man that's going to be your primary receiver. Now we got Bill.
And
Traditionally,
we seen in the scrimmage the other, or not last week. Bill did step in and make a catch for I'm gonna say about a 35-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah,
so,
and the
so
pass,
it was
again the
right
pass,
on the money.
The pass was on the money, so you can't take anything away from. I'm not saying Stallings.
And on another pass play, I think it was Chris Ray going long and just out of his fingertips. So he almost had another receiving touchdown.
Right. And he can step in and catch the football.
And then McKinley and the Halliburton kid and a few other kids caught some passes and got some yardage down the sidelines. So we had some kids step in and catch the ball and make plays.
Yeah, but my point I'm getting to is we took a receiver. You're still going to see some receivers out there, and I think it's going to open up our offense even more that we have a fullback that can step in there and play on 3rd and short, or even a mid-yardage situation to have a fullback in the backfield. It just brings a whole new dimension to your offense.
And you brought up another kid that plays baseball, Thompson kid, Matthew Thompson. Is he a receiver?
He is a. I think he is going to be a.
Because I think he may have played some receiver last year or running back or something. He caught some passes. So that's another kid that can step in.
He caught the ball well out of the backfield.
Will we see him run the ball a little bit this year?
I think he could play that fullback position, but I think you're going to see him again. That's a kid that I believe has the defensive mentality to step in there, and he's going to be one of your starting linebackers. Will he play
safety or linebacker?
We have been looking for a free safety, but he is going to be.
You don't see him taking the safety role?
I think naturally he is a linebacker or a strong safety.
Let's put him at strong safety and see how it goes.
Yeah, he's got speed. He can move. He's a big kid. He's a ball player. So I think he's going to fill the – I think, if anything, you need your linebackers. You need to find out who they are.
I think Corthell and Braxton's your linebackers, and put Thompson and McKinley. Would McKinley be a safety or would he be a corner?
I think McKinley's suited more for the cornerback, and so is
Dusty
Chris Ray. Chris plays the corner well.
Then I put Thompson in the back. Thompson in the back at safety, and
I'm not saying that I'm going to put him anywhere. I'm saying
I'm just trying to figure out who I would go with. Thompson back there.
We got some kids that can play multiple positions.
Let me see.
That's what I'm getting at. They'll sort all that out on the field, and they'll figure all that out.
Right.
But yeah, Thompson could play safety. But do you take a kid that's is going to make 15, 16 tackles a game and put him in safety where he's going to make 3? You know what I'm saying? You gotta find that balance and find somebody.
Well, then if he's not safety, then who else do we got left that could possibly fill that role?
We got some safety. We're going to have Stallings. He's going to play defense.
Maybe some safety.
Maybe some safety. Another kid that really impressed me was Skyson Washer.
Put him back at safety, possibly.
Young kid, he could play the secondary. He's an athlete. His brother last year was a headhunter at strong safety. Dakota Washer. He played safety and strong safety. He's gonna. I think he's gonna step into where his brother fill his shoes. And
will we see Brinkley in the starting line?
Brinkley is another one that can probably catch the football safety well. In the fall, I'd like to see how much he's developed over the
when he has a chance to come in and play some.
Yeah, because you don't get to see those kids a whole lot when they're out playing baseball, and that's good. Let them play baseball. They're in the state tournament right now because they've got a good baseball team.
But will there be some more scrimmages after baseball where we'll have a chance to see the other guys that we hadn't seen yet?
No, spring practice is over. We won't start back until the fall. And I think
we might not see them come out until the Jamboree.
The 1st of August, you'll see them. Now we'll have a scrimmage or so in the 1st of August.
So we'll have a chance to see your Brinkleys and your Thompsons.
Yeah,
and all these guys.
You'll get a chance to see them. And they can play football based on what I know from last year. They can play ball.
Well, I look forward to having the opportunity to watch these guys and see their development.
The McKinley kid, you watched this with me playing bull in the ring. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't remember. The McKinley kid, I don't care how big a kid you put out there, he was whipping them because he'd get his body.
He's got heart.
He'd put his body in the right position. He was quick. His footwork was just amazing. Even when I think Macon County come down and scrimmage against us. Hey, that kid, he put on a show. I mean, he was tough to get out of the ring.
I'm gonna tell you what I think's helped that kid his dad pushes him and expects, and gives him expectation, and his dad expects him to do well.
Yeah.
And I think having a father for a leadership role that pushes you and expects you to do well, I think it helps these kids in their development. Wouldn't you say?
It does, no doubt.
Because his dad has really worked a lot with him and expects him to do well, and he's going to do well because of the leadership.
My theory is this.
And I feel like you have to have good leadership outside of the coaching. You got to have good leadership in the home too.
No doubt. My theory is this: if a kid's out there to play football, he's out there to play football, and you're going to do the best you can. Ain't no lollygagging. It's high school football.
Right.
There goes my phone going off. It's high school football. They're young adults. You got some younger kids that are freshmen that are, they're not going to push themselves quite as hard as somebody else, but they'll step up and take that role. You have some kids last year that, might be throwing the ball while the coach is teaching somebody how to do something. They may be in the back playing with the football or trying to trip their buddy.
Which if
they're
you're
going to step up.
Which if you're going to do that, you do it when you're young. You don't do it when you're a 11th or 8th or 11th or 12th grader when it's go time.
Yeah, they'll step up. I mean, it's just a natural occurrence that when one leader falls, another one steps up. It happens all across the globe at all times.
Well, talking about that, how do you feel like our senior leadership is this year? Do you feel like our seniors are going to step up and be that leaders, or are we lacking in that area a little bit, you think?
That's something that you really don't see until this, until you get some games under your belt. That's where your senior leadership really starts. That's where you really notice it, is on the field. But that has to happen off the field too. And that's something I'd like to see this year, guys. I'd like to see you seniors. You got to take some young guys.
You seniors step in there and be vocal in the locker room, be vocal in the classroom, be vocal in the hallway, be vocal in the community. You take these young guys under your tutelage and you say, hey, this is my last year. I want to win a championship. And
right.
Either you with me or you ain't.
That's right. Well, that's what my point I'm getting back to again. You see the kid in the back throwing the football up in there while everybody else is trying to learn something.
You go to him and you tell him. You go to him and you say, "Hey, we're not clowning around. We're out here to get better."
That's right. We're out here to get better. And it doesn't matter if it's a senior that's never played the game or a freshman.
It's serious business. You show up to work. You don't show up to play.
Going to football is fun, but it's serious business, like you said. You keep it fun first. Serious business. But anyway, just going from the game, they come out on offense first. We shut them down in 3 plays. All right. We get the ball 2 plays, we're in the end zone. All right. They drive the football a little bit and actually they make a few passing plays on us, which that tells us their secondary was kind of lacking a little bit and maybe getting to the football.
And they wind up tying the score up 7-0.
They wind up tying it, and then we come right back and scored.
Two straight scores, and we're up 21-7. And at that point, we went into the younger guy play. You might say
we let the younger guys play.
The younger guys came in and played after that.
So that 15, 20 minutes.
That was the final score of the main game, 21-7. So our main team, other than giving up that one long drive where they completed some passes and got in the end zone, main team looked pretty good on defense. 21-7 victory.
Well, your expectations this year, Paul, we looked at the schedule earlier. We got Watertown.
At Watertown.
What's your expectation of that game? We owe them a little bit.
We owe them because last year's score was 41-15 them. Yeah. And anytime you got a chance to go into an opposing team's territory, I guess you might say, anytime you got a chance to go there and beat them, you go there and beat them because that tells that team that you're for real.
Well, I expect to win anytime we step on the football field. We're going to football. I expect to win.
I expect to win too, but we can't go down there, guys, thinking it's going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be easy because but I will say this though, from what I've seen over sports, the home team has more pressure on them than the visiting team. So I think they'll have more pressure on them.
Well, this year we play Smith County, and that's going to be at home.
Right.
What's your expectation from that game? I don't know a lot about Smith County. I know they got a new.
But we are going to take some binoculars and go scout them out one day and check them out and see what they're up to.
I may if I can get.
Me and Rusty may though actually go take some binoculars and fake like we're fake it out and go out there scout these guys.
Listen, I'm gonna try to get us some connections, get us a press pass over there one day to scout them out and a practice or two. And if I can't get that, we're gonna get some camouflage and we're gonna go over there with our camcorder and we're gonna do what we do best, and that's just go covert and do a little recon and see what we can find out about them. Because frankly, I'm tired of losing to them.
Yeah, and if we can find an edge, if we can find an edge, and we can disguise ourselves as a part of them and go over there and actually find out what they're doing, then we will know right up front how to beat these guys.
We're going to dress up like Bill Belichick. We're going to show up with our video camera and sunglasses, and we're going to take care of business.
And don't worry, we won't be wearing blue because we can't.
All right, I expect to come. I expect after Watertown and Smith County that we're going to be 2-0. I honestly believe that. All right, now, next we got Red Bowling Springs. Now, in the past, traditionally, we've beat Red Bowling Springs every time we've ever played them.
And on our home field, we should be the favorite in that game.
I can remember a couple years ago, Red Bowling almost, if they'd had another 2 minutes, we were beat. And that's my opinion on that.
But we traditionally though, as a rule, we could get that one and be 3-0. Now the tough game, week 4, we're taking a trip to the Creek Bank, a place that we hadn't won since the 80s.
That's right. Red Bowling, of course, will be our first region game. Trousdale County, they're not in our region anymore. They've moved up to 2A.
They're not in our region, but we know as a tradition that they're tough to beat at the Creek since we hadn't since the 80s, and we hadn't went back to back to on them since the 80s. So that right there, you got a chance in week 4 to make some history and be the first team since the 80s to go back to back against Trousdale and beat them on their own home field.
That's right. I'm confident we can beat them. I don't know what they have. They got a new coach from out of state, and he's supposed to be a good coach.
But we'll call that
I'm going to write a draw down on that.
We'll call that. We don't know yet, but it's a toss-up.
The next school, week 5, I guess.
Week 5, we're playing a new school named Republic.
Don't know much about them. We're supposed to play at Republic. Not sure they even got a football field. I don't know anything about them.
So, but a new school, you almost automatically suspect you ought to win against a new school.
I expect to beat them. I expect that school to be kind of like a Mount Juliet Christian, where their first couple of years they got a lot of young kids that they're just getting the school started and a fresh new team, and they may surprise me. So I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna expect a W there. So far we ain't been beat. So
at this point we've got 4 wins and a possible we don't know yet.
We don't know how Trousdale's gonna be. We really don't. All right, Monterey.
Well, when you talk about Monterey
will play at home. It is a region game.
Yeah, and traditionally over the years, they've got us a few times, but for the most part, we've owned them. So we'll give ourselves a win in that game as well, and say what is it? About 5, and we don't know about Trousdale, so maybe possibly 5-1.
I'm thinking this is just right now, just looking at this schedule. I'm thinking this could be the opportunity if Gordonsville was to ever have an undefeated season. In the recent, this is it,
But we don't know about Trousdale. Could be 5-1.
Like I said, I expect to beat Monterey. Of course, they've got us going back to Pickett County on the baseball field. But traditionally, what we do with them is we call them up and say, "Hey, we'll split the gate with you or whatever." We draw a big crowd at home, so it's more valuable to them to come play us than it is for us to go up there. They would actually make more money coming here.
But they've only won 2 or 3 games the last few years, so we figure we win that one too.
You still have to respect those teams.
We figure we win that one too. So
last year, I think we couldn't get that changed because they were going to come to us, but their homecoming, they had to have a homecoming, and that's the night they did it. And they had a big homecoming dance afterward. And, those kids got whipped, and they were smiling, and I didn't realize what they were smiling about. until I got to the parking lot, and I thought, hey, for them it's basketball season, because traditionally they're a basketball school. Now, after Pickett County, we got Joe Burns.
Now we played Joe Burns 2 years in a row, and we split with them. We beat them once, and they beat us once. So don't take Joe Burns lightly, but we feel like you can beat them, but don't take them lightly because they're one of them teams.
Right. They could get a.
They could get a sneak up on us, and it's at Gordonsville. Is that right?
The thing about it's at Gordonsville. The thing about Joe Burns,
but don't take them lightly.
The thing about Joe Burns, they're in that zone just outside of Nashville and that area that kids are always moving out of Nashville to go to those schools. So you never know when they're going to pull an athlete or two.
That's what I'm saying. Don't take that team lightly.
That's right. So I mean, they're one of the only single A teams left in that area. And a lot of kids, the kids get out of the suburbs, the parents move out in the country, and that's where they go because it's not far from Nashville.
But I see this as a wild card game. If we don't show up to play that week, we could get upset. So
I expect to win that game.
we got to show up to play against these guys.
Jackson County. This is a school that could surprise.
They're on the come.
That's
Jackson
right.
County is. It's hard to believe that the Jackson County we played when I was in school that we used to whoop up on in scrimmages has come up to what they come up to. But last year, I think they made round 2 or round 3 of the playoffs. So don't take that team lightly. They're 2A.
I think they had the Forest team. Did they not beat Forest?
They did beat Forest.
They were one of the few teams.
And then they wound up losing like Meg County or the team that went to the state or whatever.
And Forest, the way I hear, I know a lot of guys in that area, and they said that was one of the best teams Forest has ever put on the football field.
Judging from that, Jackson County can play.
I don't know exactly what they've lost or what they gained. But Jackson County is a team you're going to have to watch out for.
So don't take that game lightly either. But I expect us to win.
End of the season, last year we went to Clay County early, and they got a nice facility up there. This year they come to us.
So we don't have to worry about Paul Bunyan and his hacksaw Jim Duggan fight.
No, they're going to bring Paul Bunyan with them.
But
County,
he won't be on whooping our announcers though this year.
That's
really.
right. Maybe Pat Warren can get some extra security in there, him and Keith, and not have to worry about getting whipped by deranged fans because they're going to be sitting on our side. But Clay County is another one of them teams. When I was senior in high school, they had 2 kids just show up that were 6'9", and they put it on us. And I expected to win that game, and they got the ball and they ran it down our throat, and, stop us. They had some big kids, and they've always got some big kids at Clay County. They're well coached. They've got one of the better coaches around. He's been there forever, and I'm pretty sure he's still there. But he is going to be. He's just a good football coach.
Let me look at this. So I'm gonna give y'all an honest opinion of what I think our record will be after these 10 games. Judging from that schedule, I'm gonna say realistically 8-2.
That's at the worst, in my opinion.
8-2 at the worst, 10-0 at the best.
I'm expecting 10-0, Paul. I don't know about you. I'm expecting it.
But realistically, though, at the worst, 8-2.
If we finish 8-2 and win our region, I don't care if we're whatever we have to be. As long as we win every game in our region, I'm not going to say I don't care because I do, but it won't bother me.
But if we lose 2 games out of the schedule there, I don't want it to be to Smith County. We must win that game.
I've got to establish a rule here now. You're eating crackers during the middle of the showing. All right, and do you have anything to drink and chug that down with? Because that's peanut butter crackers, and they stick to the roof of your mouth.
I don't, but it'll be all right. Anyhow, if we have to lose a couple of games, not to Smith County and not to Hartsville, really. I'd like to beat them too.
I want to beat them all. I do. And I honestly think we got it. This is a year that we could actually do some damage. Now, looking down the road after the regular season, the playoffs, we're going back to the East. All right.
And South Pittsburgh, supposedly the team.
South Pitts, I've heard they've got a good team. Of course, we've got a good team too, and we're well coached.
But in order to match up with them, we've got to get our defense good because we know they got speed, and we know if they ever get to the outside, it's off and running.
That's a rivalry game, and as much as any, and we'll show up to play football. Coalfield's got another good team coming out of the East. So we got a couple teams we got to contend with.
Of course, Greenback, well, they might be 2A.
Greenback is gone. They're 2A. They're on the verge. I need to look that up, but I honestly, I think they're 2A.
What about Oneida?
Oneida, I think they're bigger than that, too. I don't know. I'll have to check all that out. But from what I hear, Coalfield and, of course,
South
Greenback.
Pitt are the tough ones.
South Pitt, of course. I said Greenback, but South Pitt and Coalfield are the two teams we're going to have to compete with. And there's always.
What about Copper Basin?
Well, over the last few years, they hadn't been there. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
But
the
they
team.
could come back.
Traditionally we've played Lookout Valley. They've had a good ball team.
We may play Copper Basin though a game.
You're right. Now first round. If it all comes down to it, those first we could get home field advantage throughout the playoffs if everything works out. And the last time that happened, we wound up in Cookville playing for a state championship.
What about Eagleville? Are they 1A?
I think so. Like I said, I hadn't looked at all that. I don't really know outside of our region other than I just stayed focused on our region and finding those teams. I'm not real worried about the playoffs right now. We got to get through this one game at a time. That's how you play football. It's played one play at a time, and you go one game at a time.
Absolutely.
You whip that guy on every play. It's one play at a time. And that's how you win football games.
And the coach has really simplified this for the guys too. He's not doing a whole lot of pulling and a whole lot of that fancy stuff.
Well, you hadn't seen
He's just pretty much saying, whoop the man in front of you and we'll go somewhere.
You hadn't seen that this spring. Of course, you're going to get into your plays and all later down the road. You're just finding out who wants to hit somebody who wants to play football in the spring.
What do you think? We'll see a lot of pulling and trapping and all that.
I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. I'm not the coach, and I don't care. I just want to see us get in the end zone one way or the other. We've come out one year in a spread and started the next year in I and go back to the spread and run the option. It's single A football. You've got to cater to what you have. I think they're going to find out what they have, and they're going to do the best they can with it. And that's what I expect. Them coaches want to win. Closing thoughts, Paul. Looking forward to the fall. Are your excitement level? I mean, is it higher than it has been in the past? Because we have potential.
Yeah, because we have the potential. And looking at that schedule, I see some big things for us, and we got some nice road trips there, and I hope that you and I can travel to some of these road places.
We're going to
because number one, I've never been to the new Watertown Stadium.
I'd
like to go there and see the new Watertown Stadium.
We'll see that right off the bat.
And
of course, Jamboree. Over the last couple of years.
Of course, here's something else I've never experienced in my football career. I have never seen a Gordonsville team go into Trousdale County and win. So I'd like to see that too.
I really would too.
So I'd like to go down there and see that, see a Gordonsville team go into Trousdale County and win.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And what else we got there for road trip? We're going to Republic, first time ever.
Well, if they got I really don't know if they got a field. I don't know. I hadn't heard. We're gonna find out.
And then we're finishing up in Clay. Is that right, or is it at home? It's in Clay, I think.
I think it's supposed to be at Clay. We played up there last year. I'm not 100% on that.
In Clay, or no, it's at home.
It should be at home.
Because we said Pat won't have to worry, so it's at home.
Yeah, I think it's at home. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this season. I'm excited about it, and I hope these kids are excited about it. And if they are, and they work hard this summer,
we can do
you don't get good at football on Friday night, and that's what them kids got to understand.
A lot of us as fans want to make that trip back to Cookville.
Hey, most of the time, state championships are won during the summer. When it's 100 degrees and you're wanting to quit, you're running and you're thinking, God, is this even worth it? It will be worth it. You just have to remember that. So, Paul, you got any good new sign-off lines for this year? You ain't really thought of none, have you?
No.
Like stay classy or see you this fall because it's probably gonna be a while.
We'll see you this fall, and we just want you to know that. Keep up the hard work, and you will succeed.
That's right. And thank you for listening. And I guess we'll see you, maybe first week of August. We'll try to start a little early and cover some of the scrimmages we got this season. We didn't start till late last season, but we plan to start a little early.
Right last year, we didn't start our show till about week 3, but this year we're going to have full coverage for you guys, week to week.
We're going to apologize for our video. Our studio is under construction. We're doing some work in here and hope to bring you a whole new set. We got a lot of stuff going on.
But we as a team we as a team here at
in the huddle.
And in the huddle,
you forgot our name.
We as a team,
how can you forget our name?
We here as a team at in the huddle, we're going to try to bring you guys the best show we can bring you this year.
That's right.
We may even work on some new T-shirts for the show.
We thought about doing guys. That. We've got Reno Bun.
But we got some ideas.
Reno Bun's coming back. We got Uncle BS. Of course, he's going to be back with us. We've actually got a sound guy. I've been working with a sound guy from. He works at 98.9 the radio station in Lebanon, and his name's Jim Bach. He does the Sunday morning show. He's going to help us out with some audio here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to get all that set up. So maybe we're going to bring you a good quality show this fall. And if I can keep Paul from quitting on me again or getting grounded, then we'll be all right. Don't do nothing dumb. Do your dishes, do your chores, and don't get grounded, Paul.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys this fall, and thanks for listening.